Okay. Nice trip to start the new year. Happy New Year. Just came back from the gym. Leg day. Uh, did some exercises that I've never done before, like wide stance with the resistance band. And I found a wall. Well, not a wall, but like a ceiling part of the wall, if you understand, where I can jump and reach and touch. So next time it's leg day, I'm gonna measure the wall, see exactly how high it is, and rough out my targets basically. These hyper dunks are definitely getting firmer, not tighter. When they first wore them, they were super tight, like they'd never been worn before. And I checked as well on eBay. I paid £10 plus postage. It's just a fucking steal. Excuse my language. Let's try and keep it Disney. I want to say it wasn't too difficult this morning getting up and going to the gym. It wasn't the right time. I didn't wait for the bus. I just ended up walking all the way, and good thing I did because the bus never came. So got a little extra cardio before going into the training session as well. But I want to just make a note that along the way I had a bit of a stomach ache, but nothing too severe. It wasn't like a stomach pain, it was like a digestion thing. And then I realized a quote that I had. Let me say this thing which I thought of before I finished that quote off. So I was riding the bus back from the gym, and a memory came to me where a child and his mother, they were sitting in the back of the bus, and the child was constantly pressing the stop button, like endlessly. And you know, this being Britain, everyone was just staring at the kid and then staring at the mother, but the mother didn't control the child. I want to say I was with my mum at the time, and it was just like a suggestion of like, you should tell your child not to do that. I think that's what my mum said. And the mother replied, he's just a child, let him do what he wants. That's not the point. They're doing what they want because they're discovering the world, but being a parent, that's your job, to show the child why they're doing what they're doing is disruptive to everyone else. And then I later thought that it's because of these children that have been brought up like this. Like, you see it on comedy shows where the child runs rampant in a department store, starts throwing things around and stuff, and then the staff are like, can you control your child please? And then the parents are like, oh no, he's just being a child, don't worry about it. These children have now grown up, and they are the next generation. And yes, they're the ones that are fearless, that think that they can do whatever they want, but in the construct of entitlement, that's where the entitlement comes from. That's what I believe. This is just a passing thought, and I'll probably need some more concrete research on this, but that's something that came to mind. Anyway, back to my stomach. So I was walking to the gym. It's not that long actually. It's a 20-minute walk compared to before when I did take the bus. It was a 15-minute bus ride, but it was to a bigger gym. But either way, so along the way I was walking, and then a quote came to me. It's like, all experiences in life, paraphrasing, all experiences in life basically have some kind of a emotion and pain attached to it, but that's only in the moment, and it will soon fade. So I thought, you know what, let's just keep walking and see what happens. So I did. I kept walking and the pain went away. And then it came back, and then it went away again. And then while I was training, a little bit came, but then it went away. So it's the mind body spirit connection where, yes, you should listen to your body, but I know my body well enough to know that that pain wasn't detrimental. That pain wasn't telling me you need to not go to the gym. That pain was just telling me you need to take a shit. So after my training, it's not a bowel movement problem, I don't think. It's just a location, I guess. I don't really want to talk about my bowel movements here, but after training, I sat in the toilet for like a good 6 minutes, and then it came out. So even though my body was telling me, "Ow, yeah, you need to go take a shit," even then, it wasn't like important to take a shit, if you see what I mean. The more important thing was getting to the destination. And like what KB says, it's like, if your goal is to climb a mountain and you just look at the mountain and you think, that's a high mountain, you're not going to make it. What you need to do, which harkens back to Will Smith, is you need to take one step at a time and then just focus on the next step ahead, the next step ahead, the next step ahead. So you focus on the next rep, the next rep. And with Will Smith, he said you want to lay a brick as perfectly as brick can be laid, and the next one, and the next one, and then you'll build your wall. You don't set out to build a wall, you set out to lay a brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. So that's about micro steps, it's about chunking, that kind of principle. So I put in the skipping rope today, did 3 sets of 100 jumps on high toes only. And also I didn't go stupid or anything on squats and deadlifts. 10 kg each side, nothing dramatic, but I did more sets. So I did 5 sets of 10 kg on each side for squats, only 3 for deadlifts. Again, it's the new year, new body, not new broken body. Yeah, let's not pace, but let's be mindful of the things that need to get done. Then I did lunges, which I think I'm getting a lot more out of lunges than I am out of squats and deadlifts. But you know what? It's leg day, it's lower body day, so you do what you need to do. No calf raises today, so it was squats, deadlifts, lunges, jumps to the wall, skipping rope. When I say lunges, I mean lunges with the barbells. Excuse me, dumbbells. You don't want to be holding 2 barbells. Dumbbells, not barbells. And from there, just cool down, skipping, water in between. Yeah, and I don't feel hungry or anything. I think that's because of my training with the IF. So we're gonna try inserting the IF back. I'm leaving the house early because my mom's got a guest in the house and the guest is still asleep. I don't really want to interrupt the guest, so I just thought, let me just make an early start. So IF window is an hour's time, so I'm just gonna sit in Morrison's for an hour watching not JoJo but Fist of North Star. So yeah, JoJo, I have finished the first season. Fist of North Star, I finished the first story arc, the Shin arc. Spoilers, Shin dies. um, and then I was thinking, they're never gonna make a live action of Fist of North Star. Well, they tried, but it was shit. But I'm saying a live action with an actual Asian cast. Why? It's because it's too similar to Mad Max and the dystopian future, and you know, the poverty and the hunger and those kind of things. It probably took elements from Mad Max because this is an 80s comic, cartoon, manga, anime, and Mad Max I think is in the 70s. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. I will double check my dates. And yeah, so even though I had a long layoff and I didn't make a video for 31st and the 1st, here we are, back again. New year, new focus. Resolutions, just to watch while I'm eating. YouTube curbing, it's gonna be a challenge. Last night, I want to say I slept at about 3, and I woke up at 5:30. Even though the alarm went off at 4:44 or 4:34, on the phone it was 4:34, but I hit the snooze, and then on the computer, I eventually turned it off at 5:25. So I was late, in effect. To doing the first hour of the golden hour, but I'm on my way now, so onwards and upwards, slowly but surely. And I'm not beating myself up, even though I missed out an hour, because I think getting to bed was the difficult part. Discovered Matt versus Japan as a YouTube channel, and he's an AJAT, and he advocates AJAT. So I'm going to reread the AJAT website. For those that don't know, AJAT is all Japanese all the time. The site guy, Katsumoto, he's tried to make it into like a money thing, but all this free stuff still works. Like, the best advice is free, and he's tried to make it into a package for those that don't want to immerse themselves. So I remember reading Katsumoto's AJAT website a long time ago. I took some principles, which were changing the language of your OS, your phone, just the immersion. So I didn't really understand the whole SRS and Anki, and Anki wasn't really a thing to me back then. It is now, but just to reinforce it, that someone else has completed their journey of AJAT and they can speak Japanese. So they put one foot in front of the other, and that's something that I strive to do. And this is a living proof that someone has done it and is successful in doing it. So there's a method to the madness, basically. I think I was dreaming as well about being on set. I was dreaming as well as about with new classmates and getting choices and if there was a choice, what would that choice be? Just because you gave me something doesn't mean I have to react to it in the way that you think I should react to it. My choice is my reaction. My reaction is my choice. Just kind of psyching myself up for Meisner. So, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't feel like too bad, having exercised, done a training session this morning. I think what would have been worse is if I went back to bed. I'm glad I had a backup of the other alarm on my computer. Eventually, it's just going to be automatic, where I just wake up at 4:34. But we're working towards that. So, yeah. So it was just literally hear the alarm, turn off the alarm, undress, so I'm naked, cold, put on my gym clothes, go downstairs, grab the gym bag, out the door, 5-minute window, finish. Oh, I had some water as well. So yeah, that's it. Peace out.